encontrado el negrito con los unos. Tu rapero favorito paniqueado, ten cuidado. Estos raperos son mis hijos jautados. Acuérdate que ni hizo el sonido que te ha gustado. Pídeme permiso when you copy my style. This bridge, I done burnt them all with a freestyle. Black on both sides de Colombia, oye peeps out. Como yo lo hago, ain't nobody finna do it now. Up the uptown, all the way down through the south. No hay nadie que pueda conmigo. Dios es mi testigo, I'm the one that shut it down. Just the light from a vision that I had in the dark. Tunnel vision on the bigger picture. The charts wanna play the game, but don't never play their part.
Yeah. Turn me up. Yeah. Hey, check it. Okay, I feel unstoppable. Losing's impossible. Go against the team, the thing they know not to do. Bright lights, game on the line. Do what I gotta do. Time after time, we do the impossible. You ain't made it till you got stylers go out and shop for you. You ain't made it till they put on top of you. Parading through the city, the whole block come out for you. We just getting started, y'all finna see what we bout to do. Boy, stop, you ain't here, I'm the real truth. Hunters real blue, strips on them still new. Shopping at Dover Street, I'm dripping like mildew. They say you don't visit the hood, dog, I still do. A real one, only difference, my bill's bigger. I'm still with ya, I just got rich a little quicker. The same man, God handed me his game plan. I ain't perfect, far from it, what can I say, man? I feel unstoppable, losing's impossible. Go against the team, the thing they know not to do. Bright lights, game on the line, do what I gotta do. Time after time, we do the impossible. It felt like yesterday, I was just driving my grandma's Chevrolet. From South Carolina to Maryland, I take the jet today. I'm still on the come up, I'm still building my resume. I still got a lot to prove, but still I'm heavyweight. I still gotta watch.
It is always a celebration here in the city of New Orleans, and we are just outside of the French Quarter at the Superdome. Today we've got a Week 8 matchup on tap here between the Seattle Seahawks and the New Orleans Saints. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. They begin on the ground with Kamara. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4. Well, this defense for the Seahawks, they were excellent a week ago in that victory over Indianapolis.
And I don't know what the actual percentages are, and I don't know the analytics when you create 5 turnovers or takeaways in a game. But coaches always said, when you create a number that high, your chances of winning probably up over 98%. I haven't seen that number quantified, but I believe them.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Here's Winston. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Now what a first down pickup of 8. 7.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And some room to roam now. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. That burst good for 20 and a first down. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going, runs like that.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed. But they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
Meanwhile, Winston throw complete there to Thomas. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Jameis to throw it. That is hauled in by Michael Thomas. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 18. Winston to Thomas, and it's a New Orleans first down. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's right.
And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. A great effort there. Hitting double digits with his 10th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Saints are on the board first here this afternoon. Lutz with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And no return on this one. It's a fair catch, a signal for, and take it. They'll run with Walker to begin the drive. And he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Play action now. Here's Mayfield. And this one is incomplete.
Whenever I see a drop like that, I have to take a step back and check myself a little bit. So used to seeing those big guys make big-time spectacular plays, but when they drop one, I have to remind myself, we ask a lot out of these guys. Block and catch the football, not easily done.
Now Mayfield lost the football. And they're going to get the football just outside the 10 at the 11-yard line. A little careless with the football, and he also had a fumble loss last week, didn't he?
He certainly did, and when I'm watching him play, the one thing that comes to mind is always remember, traffic, turbulence, people around you, 2 hands. Get 2 hands on the ball. Grip it tight. I know it looks cool to have it in one hand, but put it away, tuck it away, because you've got to take care of the ball.
And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Credited with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater. He just made a great play there.
Now 2nd and 9 from the 10. Here's Winston. He'll get this one underneath to Kamara. Touchdown! Alvin Kamara with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Saints are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Well, we know he has decent hands out of the backfield. That's the first time, Charles, they targeted him in the passing game, and it pays dividends.
And I love the design, too, because they kept him in the backfield, made the defense think run first before they swung him out of there. And you're right, with his hands, they might want to throw it to him just a little bit more.
Let's go on the extra point. And now make the score 14-0. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Seahawks take over first and 10.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
And that's an early scramble that can be viewed positively by either side. From the offensive point of view, it begins to establish him as a possibility to keep it on certain plays. And defensively, they avoided giving up a huge play in one of their first tests in containing a quarterback on the run.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. And now the Saints are going to take a timeout on defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Second down and 5. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. On 1st and 10, Mayfield going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, that play there was certainly a scouting report special because Cover was all too aware that this close to the end zone, he's going to become a bigger weapon for that offense. And they were there to help force the incompletion.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, it's Walker. And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down near the 47.
The second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
New Orleans adding some depth to the secondary. They've got 6 DBs out there now for 3rd. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. That one taken in by Dwayne Eskridge. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 43. Play fake. Mayfield. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Alontae Taylor. And the Saints are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line. So more problems here in this first quarter. Already 2 scores down, and here they give away the football.
And if I'm the head coach, I think it's time to start lighting a fire under some of these guys. Now, you have to do it within your personality. They can't perceive it as fake. But I'd go get after some guys because they don't look ready to play to me. They look flat, uninspired. It's time to get moving.
And he is going to lose yardage here. They'll wind up losing a full 10 yards on the play. And it'll be a 2nd and long.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Winston. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. And he is going to lose yardage here. They lose 2 on that last play, so things get even tougher. 3rd and long coming up. It looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackle him for a loss.
On 3rd down, here's Kamara. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Seahawks, nothing.
Blake Gillikin on the punt now on 4th down. Back deep for the Seahawks, Tyler Lockett. This is brought in at the 21. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. It'll be a 44-yard punt, 6 on the return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover the play did on the last one.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now Mayfield. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. And the Saints are going to take possession of the football. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
It's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept the pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. But that worked really well last week because he had made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
Try to pound it in, Kamara. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. Boy, that is a 7-yard loss. 2nd down now.
Definitely an important sequence here for this defense. They've had their share of struggles in this first half. They just cannot afford to give up another touchdown here.
1st down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. To throw is Winston.
They'll get this out to Kamara.
So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And that'll bring up a 3rd down and goal.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
3rd and goal, and still a long way from the end zone. To throw, Winston. He finds his man, Johnson.
And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
Brandon, a good idea there on 3rd down. Run a little clear out and hope you can get your receiver the ball coming across the formation. Nice design, but well played defensively, and they stayed with well short.
So the interception set up with terrific field position, but 3 points. The end result.
Yeah, we can make this a pretty simple partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he's going to be out of bounds on the return. Not a great return. They'll start back around the 17. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves. And Mayfield again with the interception, his third. Picked off by Alontae Taylor. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Wow, this one, it is getting out of hand early. They add a pick-6 to the ledger now. 3-score lead, still in the first half.
And all that celebrating that you're seeing here from those defenders is not just because they scored a touchdown on pick-6. It's because they're pitching a shot in this one. Every defender's dream.
So they throw the pick-6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Mayfield on play action. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
All right, help me out here a little bit, partner, because what I'm seeing is a passing game that's just struggled to complete anything. No rhythm, no timing. Seems like every pass is also contested well. So get some credit to the defense.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Mayfield to throw it. He's got his tight end fan, finding room at midfield. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A big play there on the catch and run. 35 yards.
And CD, we have seen some great runs the last few times we've been together, but I think we could at least put this one in our top 5. That was a determined gallop there.
And as a former defender, I can tell you with certainty, those are the ones that have you losing sleep at night. I would not like to be in that film room on Tuesday going over that one. Just a pretty poor effort defensively, and it leads to a big play.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
And you can see the distance traveled there after the initial contact on the next-gen stats.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down.
And he'll get it down this time to the 17. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Mayfield knocks this forward. It's a jet sweep. And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10.
And a lot of times these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
Facing a 2nd and 3. Ball on the 10. Quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Well, this defense is certainly organized. They're playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting at once, you get first-half scores just like this one.
The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3.
They'll try for the first with Walker.
And he will not be denied. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks.
Ken Walker A 10-yard touchdown run. And the Seahawks are able to cut into that deficit. He finishes off the drive with a touchdown run, Charles. Remember, he also had a catch on this drive as well.
And that's what running backs want to be in today's NFL. A complete back, 3 down, stay on the field, run it, and catch it. And he gets it done.
And he got it on the touchdown run, but he won't get in here. He'll be stopped short, and he'll come up empty on the drive for 2. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Saints take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And they come into this one riding that nice long win streak. And remember, next weekend is an open week for them. So if they can get the win here, a lot of momentum into that time off.
It certainly is. And if you're wondering if anybody's saying, boy, this is coming at a bad time, we want to keep playing, the answer can be yes. Because when teams are on a hot streak, they want to keep going. But what the veterans are telling the young guys in the locker room, an open week is always good, guys. Take it and let's go with it.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Winston. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. On the move past the 40. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
Big plays are starting to become the trend here in this first half, and everything that they've tried has worked. And there's another example right there.
First and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
Winston to give. It's Kamara. He'll get it to the 23-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Now Winston. And this is caught at the 8. Touchdown, Saints. Alvin Kamara with career touchdown number 91. He joins a group that includes Tony Dorsett and Isaac Bruce, among others. And the Saints are able to add on to their first half lead. Lutz to try to add the PAT. Touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute.
Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway, and all the way in, touchdown Seattle.
Touchdown Seattle.
And we didn't even get a chance to settle in for that drive. A quick strike of 75 yards, and they find the end zone.
Don't you get the sense that film study was behind this one, that they saw something that they thought they could take advantage of? The key is calling it in the right situation. Knowing when it exists to go to it, they did exactly that. They've got to feel really good about what they did in advance of this game.
Just looking down at the sideline now, their defense is like, man, can you have strung that out just a few plays? Give us a break. Back out there.
Hey, man, get that water break and get on out there and play.
Extra point good by Hopkins. And that'll cut the lead down to 18. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And not a good return here at all as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
They're on 12-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Winston now. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of buying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Now Winston. The ball away, and it falls incomplete.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. Now it's Lockett. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
At their own 39-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And with good starting field position and 3 timeouts as well in their pocket, no reason not to try and put a late scoring drive together. Now here's a pass on first down. It's knocked away and incomplete.
As a corner, you have to be able to run with guys step for step downfield in man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays just like that one we saw there.
So line of scrimmage still at 39 on 2nd and 10. From the gun, Mayfield. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. And that pick six, Charles, that moves it up now to a 3-touchdown advantage. A great individual defensive effort there to continue what has been a very lopsided first half.
And I better buckle in my seatbelt, right? Because you know, as a former DB, when I see a pick six, I'm up and jumping up and down watching it. Yeah, I'm supposed to be neutral, but those kind of plays, they excite me every time. They are in absolute control in this one. Nice play there.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Things for them, just to put it bluntly, man, it has been tough sledding here in the first half, facing that big deficit. The clock is dwindling now. Maybe if they can get something on the board here before intermission, they'll have at least a little momentum heading into the second half. It's been a very one-sided game so far. They got to change what they're doing right now, don't they? You can't wait till the halftime speech to make an adjustment.
No, you can't, because if you're doing it right, you're adjusting from series to series, and they need a big adjustment here to try and put some points on the board.
Mayfield off the play fake. And he's taken down here by the Saints.
Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Here's Mayfield. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Certainly no lack of aggressiveness here. They were hoping for the home run play to get them 6 points. Hoping for a catch, maybe a call. But they figure they can at least get into field goal range with a completion.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Mayfield now. This one into the hands of Metcalf. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. So it's halftime here in New Orleans with the Saints out in front. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Seahawks trailing, but they will have possession first here as we resume action in the 3rd quarter. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
As CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
Completes it to Fant on the right side. Short completion, just 4 yards, and it's 3rd and 4 now.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Mayfield. And my goodness, another interception. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu, and he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
And Charles, for this offense, those interception woes they kind of had the first half are going to follow them into the second half, and for this defense, they take advantage, turn that into a pick 6.
And that defense is in the spot now. They're thinking about ways to close this game out. As confident as they've been playing, I expect them to do exactly that.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And this will not be returned.
And they'll begin at the 25. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here and maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
19 yards there on the catch and run. Well, the margin on that scoreboard, obviously for them, it looks daunting. But I don't know, Charles. They're probably not focused on that right now. Maybe just chaining together a positive drive with plays like we just saw, giving themselves something to build on.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. And what they have to be careful of is getting glued to that scoreboard trying to do too much. Because if you do that, you're all but guaranteed to start making mistakes. Just focus on one play at a time and make each one successful.
He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple. From the gun, it's Walker. Oh, that's just not fair, and now room to run. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. 68 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
Oh, that's a big one right there. You talk about breaking off a huge chunk of real estate. But if you're the defensive coordinator, you cannot dwell on the fact you just gave up an explosive run. You have to look ahead, regroup your guys, and figure out a way to slow down this attack.
And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5.
They've created a nice sustained drive off of plays like that. A nice strong run there that keeps them advancing the ball.
Mayfield knocks this forward. It's a jet sweep. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop it. I think the hope is you get a touch pass like that. When you catch the defense off guard, but they were all over that.
And it is the kind of play that works better against certain defenses. And this was the wrong one to run into. Really nice job getting him down behind the line of scrimmage.
On third down, Mayfield. And he's got it. Touchdown, Seahawks. Tyler Lockett, his first touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks get a bit closer. Well, on that connection, it looked like they maybe had some pre-play communication. Maybe one of them noticed an area that was open in the defense to get the pass to.
When you put the time in, sometimes you have that great silent communication that you just noticed right there, because the best quarterback-receiver combos in the NFL, they know how to make those adjustments at the line of scrimmage when they see something pre-play, and they got it done there.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Well, it's hard to imagine the first half going any better for them, CD, and now here as they begin their first series of the second half. I mean, they score here. This one, it's pretty much out of reach.
We honestly might already be at that point, partner, because this team, they were dominant in the first half, continue to be dominant now, and I think they're viewing this as a put-away drive on their way to a lopsided victory.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. On 2nd down, here's Mitchell. And he'll get only a couple up to the 22.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. On 3rd down, here's Mitchell.
And he's brought down, but not before picking up the first with a very effective stiff arm. Give him 7 yards on the play as they do pick up the third down conversion. First down, here's Mitchell. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. Jordan Brooks on the tackle.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
Once again, it's Mitchell.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1?
I have zero rooting interest in either team in this game. I only want a good game. But with all the offense we've seen from them tonight, it's kind of nice to see the defense step up and make a big play.
Yeah, I was wondering if they were ever going to get him in the backfield. Nice to see him get a stop. And now the first throw for the backup quarterback.
And he's got his man on the out route.
And they're going to get this up to midfield.
And if anyone thinks they're just going to tuck their horns in and pull back up the throttle a little bit, you can forget it. Even with this big third-quarter lead, I think this team's going to continue to take their shots downfield, and there's another completion.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
They run over center with Mitchell.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations. There'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance, reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in, well, if you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week, you must have made a bunch of spectacular plays. Like you mixed in a few of those, but most of the plays are just like we saw there. Keep them to short gains, make the fundamental tackle.
They'll set up to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. They give him 27 yards on the third down conversion.
Partner, I have to tell you, just one word keeps coming to mind from watching them this afternoon, and that's impressive. They have been impressive from the opening kickoff, and they haven't let up here even into the fourth quarter.
Up the middle, here's Mitchell.
And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Now a first carry for their fullback. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
At the Seahawks 6-yard line.
And again, they'll go right back to their fullback. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to set up a 3rd and goal. This is where, fourth quarter, you got the lead, you give it to the big guy. Defensively kind of sucks the will out of them, doesn't it? Because they don't want to tackle him right now this late in the game.
You say that with accusatory tones. I mean, but you're exactly right. I know it's not something we actually want to talk about, but as a defender, 4 quarters worth of trying to bring people down, 4 quarters worth of pounding, and now late in the game, here comes that big guy coming at you, and a lot of guys are wondering whether they want to come up and make that tackle at this stage of the game.
There have not been a lot of great moments for this defense throughout this game. Finally, they have one they can hang their hat on. A nice stop there.
Will Lutz now to try the New Orleans field goal. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. The kick by Lutz is good. And that will extend their lead even further. Ultimately, not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Remember, they have won 3 straight, but getting to 4 straight does not appear to be in the cards as they are in a big fourth quarter hole. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Marcus Davenport there to take him down. Really good stop there by the end in this 4-3 defense.
And not just pass rushers anymore, are they? Those guys can use their hands, control the point of attack, shed those blockers, and go get those ball carriers.
Again, it's Walker. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard, so they're going to deal with 3rd and 11.
That's going to take note up there for the defense, I think, in the future. If you're going to try and block him, maybe get a guard to have double team him and try and steer him out of the play. They should have done it on that snap.
This offense so far on 3rd down, they've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 11. Pressure comes and down goes Baker Mayfield. Cameron Jordan, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Spike it here. That was 4th down. So they spike it on 4th down, and they will lose the football. And they take a knee. And they will take a knee here. It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on 3rd down. And they'll indeed take a knee. So this one, a victory here for New Orleans. I tell you what, I can't remember a defensive performance as good as...
Dollar. Hey. DJ Mosky, let's get it. We the champions here in Los Angeles. We doing numbers. Bringing home victory straight out the huddle. I met the plug introduced to my brothers. My squad superior, ain't none above us. We doing numbers. Gang in the building, we taking it over. Call the promoters. I just put up in this thing with my soldiers. I blew it and I'm still. Last minute, I'ma need me some. Call up Khalifa. Bring them in the. You know I stay with some bad little baby. TGOD, baby, no, that's a gang gang. Crazy girls after the game. We going honest, we going insane. Pointers. Dead homies got me pointers. We get awards, but we give God the glory. I'm shooting my shot, and most times I be scoring. Do this for my city, I bring on the trophy. Feel like Freddie Mercury, we the champions here in Los Angeles. We doing numbers.